Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to tonight's iRacing event. It is the last event for the Winter Challenge, IRACE4AWARENESS Winter Challenge Tournament. Tonight it will be at Daytona with a 100-lap shootout. And now just a quick word with our sponsors and we will get to the racing, and they have about 6 minutes left of practice. Alright, and we are live on the track. In the booth I have with me tonight the Reverend Josh Sheets. Welcome to the booth, man.
Thank you again, Scott. It's always a pleasure, and once again we're here at Daytona, and it's going to be a wonderful race and a wonderful cause, and we're going to see a lot of good racing.
Well, let's hope so. They have about a little over 5.5 minutes left to practice. We're having technical difficulties here with iRacing tonight. They had a session up before, but they were having issues with it, so we're in a brand new session. That's why the stream started just a little bit longer than what it should have.
I like to call them little weather delays. You know, real NASCAR has like rain delays or power outages, so on and so forth, which power outage is more rare than a rain delay. But this is our rain delay, you know, a little technical difficulty, and we'll get it straightened out, and we're going to have some good racing and good entertainment for you guys.
Let's hope so, and I think Louise might join us in the broadcast booth if he happens to crash out. I'm not sure.
That's great. It's always having someone that has been on the track to come up here and give us a little insight of what's going on and what's going through the driver's head during this race.
Exactly. Actually, I'm going to drag Louise down in the room real quick, see what he has to say before this race starts. Well, welcome, Louise, to the broadcast booth. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Well, I'm good. After the last minute changes to the room, everything's good.
Good to hear. I know you had posted earlier on the Facebook who's leading in points tonight. I actually didn't get a chance to see that. Who is leading right now for this challenge?
Right now, we have John Schweiker leading the overall points. Just to remind everybody that the point system that we have still can be changed because people can discard their worst result. So every race counts up until the end, and then the worst result that they have, they can eliminate. But right now, if you count all three races that we did, we have John Schweiker first, John Cotto second, Anthony Titchener third, Ken Worley in fourth, Justin Bland in fifth, and Craig Sykes running sixth. They all have more than 100 points, separated by 17 points each. So tonight might be that day. The guy might be leading the whole thing, and he has a pretty bad result today or a pretty good one. It will discard his worst one, and the standings might be shuffled quite a bit.
Well, all right. Let's hope people stay up front where they would place back in the other races. But as you said, with being able to drop the lowest score out of that third race, or actually any 3 out of 4, dropping that lowest one, it's going to play a big factor here tonight.
Yeah, we did that thing to award consistency, and still, if guys couldn't show up for one particular race or had a bad race because they got caught up in something that happened, they would still have a chance to win the overall thing. So I think that worked out pretty well for everybody to see it.
Wow. Last week I had a opportunity to racing with you guys and for this great cause. And I had a blast, had some great green flag action. Are we expecting the same tonight?
I think we are. Everybody has been practicing Daytona quite a bit the past couple of days, running all 3 different series. And we just came from a pretty successful race on Tuesday. But the difference is we were running at night. This is a race that has been set following the time and the predicted weather for the Daytona 500 that we're going to have in 2 weeks. So it throws a little bit of a curveball with the temperatures. We're not running at night. Tire wear is going to be a factor. Saving those things is going to be a factor. We have 100 laps. So I think we're going to see a lot of green lap runs, even if it is by lack of cars on the track at some point. But I think everybody that's in this room, and I hope everybody can join after a little bit of technical difficulties for us putting up the server correctly. But I hope everybody can join. And from what I can tell from the attendance that we have right now, we have everything to have a pretty good race.
Yeah, right now it's looking about like 21, 22 people.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's going to be able to join the right session, the right one, and follow the crowd. So.
Oh, it looks like that number jumped up to 24. So hopefully we will have a good race tonight. I'll go ahead and put you back up in the other room, and hopefully you have a good race.
Yeah, therefore, but for broadcast again, thanks for the job you guys are doing, and hopefully this will be a very entertaining race, a good warm up for everybody that's starting to dial in Daytona mode in the next couple of weeks.
Well, all right, we'll hopefully see you. Talk to you later. If you happen to crash out tonight, you're more than welcome to join us back into the room.
Well, happened 3 weeks in a row, so hopefully this one I can go all the way to the end. But if not, it will be a pleasure to join you guys.
All right, Louise. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, sir.
User was moved out of your channel.
I was having a little technical difficulties with YouTube there. The stream just quit, and nothing dropped on OBS or the regular end. Nothing said it was bad. It showed up as a bad connection or anything, so I don't know what happened.
And probably just on your computer. I have not picked it up yet on the feed itself.
That might have been it. Hopefully it won't run into that. As I said, nothing dropped on either end, so hopefully we can get a good race here tonight, guys. They have 3 laps of qualifying, 2 laps of qualifying, so it's gonna be a good race, definitely.
I expect it to be last week ECR had their Daytona Unlimited, Sprint Unlimited, or however they want to call it, and it was a great race, and they went caution free all the way to the end, and unfortunately there was an accident that just ended the race under caution. But I'm expecting to be that kind of close racing.
Well, with 100 laps here tonight, with a small pack of people, I hope it turns out to be a good race here.
No doubt. I'm really hoping it is. From the looks of it, see here, who is at the top of the board in practice so far? Looks like Matthew Thunhorst with a 44.248. Matthew Thunhorst, he was one of the favorites to win the ECR championship last season, and he's gracing us with his presence, so he could possibly, and the defending champion Colin Fern. Now Colin Fern decided he wanted to part ways with ECR, and we respect him for that decision. And he was the defending champion. He's right there behind Matthew Thunhorst in second. So a lot of old faces showing up, and still have the same termination. So it'll be pretty interesting how this goes.
Most definitely. It's looking like right now for qualifying, Chuck Harrell, Ken Ron, and Jay Adar are first, second, and third.
Yeah, you'll see different names up there from practice because of the single car runs. In practice, you had help. Single car run, you're by yourself, and it'd be pretty interesting to see who is the fastest by themselves. Now, that does not give you an advantage, but it still shows the field that you do have some muscle and you can get up to the front.
Oh wow, JR moved right up to first. This top 10 is changing rather quickly here. Most of these guys are probably just finishing up their qualifying or just got lap 1 in and trying to go for lap 2 right now.
Now, some of these guys, there's a good possible chance that they forgot to change their tape level on their car, and that could play a huge dividend on their overall speed. And Luis Almaso jumps up to the top.
Yeah, because you want a different amount of tape going from night to day because it's a totally different track.
Well, not only just that, qualifying session, you gotta have 100% tape. It's the maximum downforce, more air that'll flow around your car instead of in it. It just gives you a completely whole advantage. Now, when the race starts, you gotta take that tape off or you will overheat in just a matter of laps.
Right, because we're going to be running so close, and especially with 100 laps here, you don't want to blow your engine within the first 10.
Yeah, the trick is to win in a race, you gotta finish the race.
Exactly, and it looks like right now we have 26 people here tonight.
Another great turnout for such a great cause.
Very, definitely a great cause, a great for this tournament, this 4-race tournament, to promote sickness and illness and deadly diseases in children. And if anybody in the chat would like to give a shout out to any families or anyone they know that might be going through some hard times right now with sicknesses and illnesses, go ahead and give a shout out. Chat's open. We will make sure you are heard.
Links down.
What's that?
I'm looking on the YouTube page and there's no feed.
Try refreshing it.
Could be my own technical difficulty. I believe it is.
Could be. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and, if you would please rise for the national anthem. Alright, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us in the national anthem. As you guys see, they're just about to take off here, with Luis Almazo in first place. Going to lead this pack around, going into this 100th lap race, final race of 4.
Yeah, it's the final race of 4 of this IRACE4AWARENESS Winter Series. and Luis Almazo, our gracious host. And we also like to take a minute and also thank our troops who gives us the right and ability to do this, and so we can not have to worry about getting shot just for doing this. I mean, some people won't be able to enjoy freedom like this.
No, they won't. This is a complete off-season race, and as you said, it is for a very good cause before they go into their season racing, and these guys are willing to do this, willing to come out here and show some really good really good competition. And these guys all know each other, and it's going to make for some really good racing here tonight.
Oh yeah, and they are some rookies here, but they have spent the entire off season with each other, so they've gotten pretty comfortable with each other. It'll be pretty interesting to see who has what, because we are so close to the 500. Some of these guys might be holding back, sandbagging a little bit for the main race, or they might just give it all they got right now, so everybody be worrying about them for the 500. As the pace car gets ready to roll off, they're tightening up those belts, getting everything dialed in.
And we got some green flag racing, and everybody's staying right close together. They didn't want Luis Almazo didn't take off. Trying to keep a close pack here, especially in the beginning of these races. You don't want to try to go away from the pack and lose your draft and end up falling back so many positions that you can't catch up.
No, you don't. Looks like Jay and Mark are working pretty close together up top, but Luis Almazo has a preferred bottom line, and it looks like it gave him an advantage. He's got Chris Steele pushing him, so he looks like he might be in a great position to lead that first lap.
Now, last night at the truck race, the high line seemed to be the fast line for them. I don't know if that's going to be any different here tonight. It looks like it's starting. It might be, but as I said, it's only second lap in here, so anything's possible.
No telling. Different vehicle, different beast, different weather, and you might see more people move up to the top line as the tires wear, but right now they just need to settle in and go single file and get some laps down. But the racer might come out even as 46 moves up and touches the 20 just a little bit.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't enough to cause a caution. These guys, as I said, I was saying earlier, these guys know what they're doing. They know how to run with each other. They've been racing with each other, some of them for a couple of years, and these guys really know what they're doing out here.
I don't know what happened to Colin Fern. He started 13th, and he's all the way back in 26th position out of the lead draft. So some early problems with Colin Fern.
And it looks like this backdraft here just can't, get a break. They're all going away from each other. No one's trying to draft with each other, it seems like, and they're going to fall back rather quickly. We saw that last night during the truck racing as well.
Oh yeah, speaking of the truck race, if you guys watched the truck race coverage here at Daytona recently, you see John Schweikart won that race, and him and Brian Wilderson were dominating that race, and you see these two guys, John Schweikart and Brian Wilderson, in here, and they have a completely different program going tonight. They're staying in the back and keeping their cars clean.
And it might be a strategy that might work out for them in the end. It depends. It's all going to depend on pit stops, I do believe. I mean, especially if you're in the back. You got John Schweikart right behind Anthony Thitchner, and he's trying to get a little bit of a draft off him coming up just a bit. But, that might play out to his advantage in the long run.
And it looks like Jay got out in front of Luis Almazo for the lead, and them two get together. They might lead the pack, but they got to be careful doing that. Luis Almazo looks up to the top to get around Jay.
He's trying. As long as the number 20 can get on him for a draft and push him up, he might be able to get back around him. Or they might just swap positions, for a couple laps just to get the feel of the track.
Now Scotty, I've heard in pre-race that some guys were having trouble of getting up. And 46 goes in the middle. He got loose on the bottom, and he looks like he's in the middle, and he's going to go to the back. Oh, people are in the wall behind him, 3 wide.
Yeah, we heard it last night with the trucks. These guys do not like running 3 wide here. It's a wide enough track, but it's just not comfortable for them.
No, it is not. That is pretty much stirring up trouble. When one car goes into the wall like that, I mean, you just got to hold your breath and hope nothing happens.
Exactly, because, you know, as soon as one car goes up, he might come back down real quick if he can't control it, and, you know, there'd be a caution right there, and possibly 5-6 cars could be gone just like that.
Well, back up to the front, looks like Luis Salmaso worked his way back up to the lead spot. Looks like the 20 of Mark Vega pushed him to the front. And here comes Mark Vega for the lead. Wow.
If he can get that 77 to push behind him, he might be able to wrap right around Luis Salmaso, and Luis is going to get that inside line, and looks like he's pushing just a little more, but as I said, as long as 77 can get up on Mark Vega, you know, Mark could have a chance of getting around Luis.
As I was saying before, everybody got into the wall. Not everybody, just like few got into the wall. Some of the guys were complaining in the pre-race that they could not get close to the guy in front of them. They couldn't suck up to him. That could be a huge factor in this. If you cannot get close enough to that guy's back bumper, that's going to be a disadvantage in this plate racing.
Extremely, and it looks like Mark Vega took the lead position, but Nelson Rivera's coming up right behind him. Nelson's trying to take that outside in the 77.
Oh yeah, Nelson Rivera, this has been a good winter series for him. He's had a good showing. He does not have a win yet to show for it, but he does show a lot of muscle every week so far.
Well, let's hope these guys still having a good race here. We're going into lap 9 as they come back on the front stretch, and little splitting going on between the front and middle of the pack. But as you were saying, they can't. Oh, 20's down into the apron.
Yeah, that's going to be bad for him. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Good call for him keeping it on the apron.
That would have been very, very bad. Wow, that's very unfortunate for him. He had that lead too there for a good lap and a half.
Colin Fern is on the verge of being a lap down. He is 32 seconds behind the leader, and that's him being by himself. He is going 192 miles per hour by himself, and Mark Vega is going 199 miles per hour in the draft. So not that much difference, but that little bit of miles per hour on this track this size is a huge difference as he gets up close to 205.
It's an extreme difference. I don't know what happened. He just had a very, very bad start and could not catch the draft, the rest of the pack. And, that's going to put him behind. Unless we have a caution that comes up, he might be able to get the lucky dog and come back around.
Yeah, I'm really hoping because he's always been a good racer, and we'll see what happens with him. Looks like Nelson Riviera is back in second, and Luis Almaso takes the lead again.
And you got Douglas Hess on the outside in the third. Haven't seen Douglas up here yet tonight. I think he was in 6th or 7th position.
He's just creeping along up there waiting for his opportunity.
And I think that's all it's going to take tonight, that very opportune moment. And you see a lot of people, even John Schweikart. John Schweikart is in 7th.
Yeah, John Schweikart is leading the point series in this winter series, and second place in the points is John Cottle, and he's just a few positions ahead of him, so it's going to be pretty close on points.
And you got Anthony Thitchener making his way up here as well. He's right behind Mark Bratcher. He's trying to push that line up forward. Definitely a big difference from last night's race to tonight's race. That outside line is not working at all.
I have great confidence that it will kick in. It's just the tires are going to have to wear down just a little bit more for them to start sliding up to the top. Like if you look at 87 Anthony Titchener, he slid up to the top just a little bit. He probably had to cautions out close at 4.
See if we can find it here, folks. Maybe Justin Bland?
Seems like Justin Bland got loose going into the corner and just overcorrected and went straight up into the wall. Pancaked it.
Shouldn't do too much damage on his car, however. And that was in the middle line too. That's and they seem, as I said, that outside line doesn't seem to be the hot spot tonight.
Some guys would make their cars loose and try to get the most speed out of them and loose as fast, but yet it's on the edge of out of control.
Exactly. So let's go back live here, see if these guys are pitting.
It looks like Luis is bringing them down pit road. I think everybody's gonna decide to pit. It's been 14 laps, so they're gonna pit. They want them fresh Goodyears. Some people opted to either do fuel only or gas only for 2 tires. I'm thinking Joey Stats coming from 20th spot. I'm thinking he done fuel only.
And it looks like quite a few changes in positions here as we have our first caution.
Ken Ron, he went into pits 23rd, and I believe he did fuel only as well. Could be a bad decision from them too, since everybody else did. Looks like 4 tires.
That's going to play a huge factor here. You know, you want to make sure you have fresh tires. Some people just get outside tires. That might be the downfall, especially if they're trying to hit that high line.
What do you say we bring John Cottle down here?
Sure. John Cottle, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. How's the race going?
Really good. The car is a little bit tight, but nothing we can't fix.
Seems like you've been running pretty good up with the pack. Now you're behind Anthony Titchener. What's your strategy here tonight?
Lay back in points race, basically. The only way we can really win is if John Schweiker doesn't finish well, but I hope he finishes well. I want us to go down to the end and us duke it out. But Anthony's right behind us, and we can finish. All 3 of the ECR boys can finish 1, 2, 3 in this little tournament we got going on right now, and I'm pretty excited about that. Right now we're worried about finishing. Just lay up and let it go.
How was your tires wearing in that little 14-lap run?
We had to start letting off the throttle, honestly, because the car was getting kind of tight and wanted to start pushing mid-corner. But other than that, it handled real well. It didn't feel too loose. It felt pretty neutral. Basically what you would expect from a super speedway in the daytime. You're going to start pushing, of course. So nothing out of the nothing out of the ordinary.
Alright, well, it's good to hear from you, John, and I'll go ahead and put you back up to the room so you can continue this race.
Thank you, sir.
Unless you got anything else to say, Josh.
No, just good luck there, John, and bring home the win.
I'll try, Josh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
User was moved out of your channel.
John Cottle.
Yeah, that was John Cottle in the 07 car. And it looks like Luis Almazo's going to be leading this pack as they come down to green.
Green flag, green flag.
Not John Cottle leading the pack. Luis Almazo had John Cottle on the brain. I'm sorry, folks.
John Cottle wishes he was up front right now, getting those much needed points, and Luis Almazo and Nelson Riviera are duking it out.
You got Anthony Thitchner on the outside of Nelson, trying to push him up and around, you know. And Anthony Thitchner's made his way up the pack pretty well here tonight.
We have Michael Kenner in 17th place, and there's a fellow broadcaster himself. If you guys want to click over any time and get a racer's perspective, his channel is Hell Yeah Racing. That's racing with an N. So look him up and subscribe to him, and enjoy all the racing that we have to offer to you. Just remember to come back to us and listen to us the whole time. Just click over to him whenever you get bored with us.
Exactly, and he's broadcasting right now with us. Not with us, but at the same time. So if you wanted that in-car view of this race, what's going on through his eyes, you're more than welcome to watch him as well.
If you have sat there and watched Scotty, you'd get cracked up with how he races.
Oh man, he gets wild. I love it. I've watched a few of his races in the past. That's why he posts on Facebook, and it's craziness. I love it. It's what you'd want to hear out of a NASCAR driver. If you were in their radio feed the entire time.
If you guys are a fan of Radioactive, you'd be a friend or a fan of watching Kenner race his car. Anyway, back to the race. We have Luis Almazo in front, edging out in front of Nelson Riviera and Douglas Hess.
And you got John Cottle and Anthony Thitchner right behind them. And then the number 6 and the number 46.
We got Matthew Thunhorse in 6th, and he is just slowly working his way back up. I mean, he's not making too much noise tonight, but he's there.
He's trying to get that draft on the 07, trying to come up further than Anthony Thitchner. And pack's breaking up just a little bit here, as you noticed in the last couple of laps. It's not really taking much here tonight for this pack to disperse a bit.
You guys at home might want to keep your eye on the number 1 and the number 13 in the stats, because they have hooked together, and when they get hooked together, things happen.
If you guys were here during last night's truck race, you saw that they worked together the entire night, and they were almost able to finish 1 and 2. John Schweikart did come out with the win, but unfortunately Byron Wilderson, I don't think he placed in the top 5.
I think he got in an accident with probably 10 to go, and it pretty much ended his night.
That's right. That's what happened, And which was unfortunate for him. That's right, he did, because we brought him down. Oh, we got a little bumping back here. Oh, what is going on?
Ooh. Did he get the wall?
He hit the wall, and he got up into another car, and he went down pit lane. He's probably going to get a black flag. And it looks like John Schweikart is slowing right down. I think that's who he hit too. I think he's got a little bit of side damage. And
John Cottle has worked his way up to 2nd place. That's a good move in points-wise. John Schweikart is back in 12th position now. If they end this race right now with John Cottle in second, he just might win this championship.
That would be a heck of a win for him. And I was just looking at John Schweikart's car here, and he's got a little bit of damage, a little bit of bumping up against the wall. I do believe that's who he hit.
That's unfortunate for him because you need a pretty much a spotless car if you want to lead this field. Now, if he wants to push somebody to the win, now that's a completely different story.
Exactly, and he's falling behind hard. He's probably, if they don't have another caution here, he's probably going to get lapped in probably about 5 to 10 laps. You know, and he was running really good. And it's just one of those things that happens. You know, that's why they call it an incident.
Yeah.
And as you guys see here, this front pack has quite a bit of a pull between that middle pack, and it might be what you see, you know, unless something happens in that middle pack, something drastic.
I'm sitting here looking at this front pack. They pretty much accepted where they are, and they're showing some patience, and that's really good news concerning the guys in the front.
And we saw a lot of that last night too, a lot of patience near the beginning of the race. No, not so much near the end, but in the beginning these guys are really patient with each other. They've been working with each other for quite some time, and you know they want everybody to have a good time, a good race, and make sure everybody at least finishes.
And this second group back here being led by Chris Steele, Mark Vega, Tony Gennaro, Kim Worley, and Colin Fern. He's found his way back up toward there, and they got the right idea, running single file, getting the most speed out of their car so they can catch these guys running double file.
And look at that, you're right, they got a train going here. And you got Travis McManus, Joshua Witherspoon, Joshua Witherspoon leading with the back of that pack, not leading it. But you're right, if they can all work together, they could possibly try to get back up to the front pack.
We got John Schweikart off by himself in 21st place, and behind him about 4 seconds is Merrick Watchhorn, and 6 seconds ahead of him is Joey Stat, so help is nowhere in sight.
No, and it looks like Mark Bratcher got a little loose. He was clipping in and out a little bit. I don't know what happened, if his internet just flickered for a bit, but he's back up to the pack now. It's just really strange. Sometimes the iRacing servers are a little iffy.
We got Douglas Hess done moved up to the front. The outside line prevailed. Here's that outside line you were talking about, Scotty. It looks like it's coming in.
You may be right on that. As long as they can get a good draft off each other, it might work here tonight. I mean, you're right, it's a whole different playground between the trucks and the Cup cars, but it's, or Xfinity cars, I should say, not the Cup cars, but it's, it might play out in this long run. I mean, we're only on lap 26 going into lap 27, so we still have a long ways to go here.
John Cottle drifted up the track a little bit and caused him, Brian Whittleson, and Anthony Titchener to go 3 wide. That's probably uncomfortable for them guys.
I would say so.
Yeah, John Cottle was complaining about a tight race car earlier, so hopefully they can get that fixed and get back up to the front.
Let's hope so. And it looks like this outside line, you got about 5 cars right here, and they're trying to push each other. The 6 and the 07 are trying to push each other up through, and oh wow, they got a little bit of ways to go. Looks like the 88 and the 77 are taking off. Oh, we got a caution.
Oh! Mark Bratcher. Oh. He is out of this race, I'm afraid to say.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Looks like Mark Vega got a piece of it as well.
Let's see what happened here. Oh, the 6 he went up too high and the 6 got into him and he's spinning. Oh, yeah, freaking Mark Vega took the full brunt of that, T-boned him.
Just another guy who thought he was clear, and looks like Mark Vega did get a piece of that.
See if we can bring Mark Bratcher down here, see what happened.
Okay.
User was moved to your channel.
Well, welcome to the broadcast booth, Mark Bratcher. How are you doing, sir? Looks like you just got hit or came up too high and spun out.
Yeah. Sir says the 6 just come down and clip me in the right rear and turn me into the wall.
Yeah, from up here it seems like he thought he was clear. I mean, it was just a hair. He just touched you just by a hair, and just send you spinning.
Yeah, we had a great car tonight. I mean, this Real Deal Graphics Ford 46 Toyota Camry. It was on the money tonight. We had the car was real tight, so we were fighting a tight condition all night. We were trying to loosen it up and get a little bit and trying to get a handle on things. But we had a lot of laps to go, and we had plenty of time to adjust on the car and just driving. And next thing you know, I seen the wall, and our day is done.
Just rebuild that thing and come back for the 500. You have some horses in there. I'll give you that.
Yeah, she's really fast. I mean, we brought out our 500 car tonight because we wanted to win this race. So we're going to go back to the drawing boards. We're going to put back what we had together, and hopefully the next one's just as fast.
Well, all right, Mark. That's unfortunate to hear that you're going to be out, and you had a good race here tonight, but unfortunately things happen.
Yeah, things happen. I just want to thank everybody at Real Deal Graphics, man. They do a great job, and all the guys that put this car together, man. They did a really, really good job, and we're excited for our chances to qualify in the Elite Sim Racing and our chances in Daytona. So I'm gonna go back, build this new car, and we'll go from there.
Well, all right, sir. You enjoy the rest of the night, and are you gonna stick around, or what's gonna happen?
We're gonna repair the car, and we're gonna turn a couple laps and get some TV time out there and see what happens. But we know she's not gonna be fast enough, and we don't want to hold anybody up, so we may end up parking it and watching the rest of the race.
All right. Well, hopefully you can get a few more laps out there, and I'm gonna go ahead and move you back up.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
User was moved out of your channel.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Wilderson went into pits third and came out first. He had a great pit stop. Or no, who is that in front of him? Luis Amaso. That's my bad. No, Jadir. I had to refresh.
Yeah, it said that he was in first real quick, but that's just iRacing for you.
Wow. Yeah, here we go. Luis Amaso in first. There we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull him down, see what he's got to say.
Oh yeah, let's get Luis in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Luis Almazo, welcome to the broadcast booth, sir.
Hey, Scott.
Looks like you're having a really good race out there tonight. What's your strategy?
Strategy is pretty simple. Trying to be in front, away from everybody, trying to avoid any problems that might be happening. So I think we built a pretty good car over the past couple of days of just trying to find the right partner. Stay up here. Hopefully stay out of trouble.
Luis, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Are you liking how the car's handling? I mean, is it upping your confidence for the 500 here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, we knew that we could that you could run at night. The night settings were pretty good, so we knew that we had a pretty fast car. We didn't know if the handling was going to transition to the daytime to this warmer settings. It's getting tight over along of the run, so tire wear is starting to be a factor, and we really need to do a little bit of driving just to get this car in the bottom lane or if we're going high, just to keep the lane and don't lose a lot of speed, checking up. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens the last couple laps.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for joining us in the booth. I'll bring you back up as you're coming in on the backstretch here.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You as well.
User was moved out of your channel.
Though we are getting more cautions than we are exactly wanting, it is still a pretty entertaining race. Close racing, all in all, and it's setting up to be a pretty good race here.
Most definitely. A few position changes up in the front of the pack. You got Anthony Thitchner now behind Luis Almazo, and you got the 13 on the outside. It's definitely going to be interesting here. We're going to be going into lap 32 as the pace car will be going in.
Looking through the field, I guess John Schweikart stayed in the pits to get some damage repaired. He's a lap down in 23rd. That's unfortunate for him, but from one man's flaw to another man's victor, should I say, John Cottle puts himself in a great position, and Anthony Thitchner puts himself in a great position to win this championship as we go green flag racing. Great start from the top and bottom.
You got Brian Willison and Luis Almazo. Oh, Luis Almazo pushed ahead. Anthony Thitchner is right behind him. Second there, Brian Willison was right neck to neck with him.
Yeah, from the looks of it, you got to have a lot of help to make that top line work in the early going. I guess when the tires start wearing, the top line start getting better.
And
Thitchner in second. Looks like he's I believe Anthony's hungry for a win. He hasn't been performing. I mean, as in winning wise in this winter series. I'm pretty sure he is starving for a win.
that would be a great thing for him tonight. I know he's gotten the top 3 at least one of the 4 races, or 2 of the 4 races. And it looks like that outside line is breaking apart. I mean, you got 3 cars, and there's a pretty good gap between them. I don't know. Oh, and it looks like Anthony Thitchner moved on to the outside. Okay, let's make that 4 cars right there. And, ooh, that's going to give him right the strategy, because you got the 87, the 31, the 77 working together, and Anthony Thitchner is going to take first place, pulling right out in front of Luis Almazo.
Yeah, that could be a mistake right there as Douglas Hess goes right on to the outside of him. Him and Nelson Riviera might be going around him into the turn 1 and 2.
It really depends on how well these guys want to work with each other. You know, we've still got a lot of laps left here. We're on lap 34. It's going on the backstretch, coming into corner number 3. You know, there's still a lot of time here to figure out where you really want to be.
Oh yeah, it's still early in the going, and like you said, I mean, some of these guys are still not used to each other, and they just want to feel each other out and feel their cars out. So might be some guys back here like Colin Fern, Michael Kenner, 14th and 16th. They could be sitting there waiting and buying their time to make their move to the front.
And right now, Michael Kenner's got no one really to drive towards. He's trying to get behind. Oh no, he's trying to get behind the 99 right now, pulling up just a little bit. You know, trying to get that draft. And with the side draft now in place, you know, that's going to play a big part in this.
Looks like John Schweikart's day gets hit worse and worse. He's in the pits right now, 23rd. It looks like he's going to go several laps down repairing this car.
That's unfortunate. You know, I was hoping to see a run like he had last night here with the trucks, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case.
Oh yeah, Anthony keeps doing what he's doing and leads this race. He just might pull off a victory and a championship.
And that definitely would not break Anthony Tishner's heart, I'd tell you that.
I don't believe it will.
I mean, it's too early to tell, but it really might come down, unless something really bad happens, it might really come down to Anthony Tishner and Luis Salmazo for that championship.
Yeah, telling the field up here on the lead lap is Ken Ron and Stephen Massey, 19th and 20th place. Seems like they just need to figure out a way to get back up to the front. They just got to help each other out.
You know, they just seem to be able to work together. If the 8 could slow down and let the 03, you know, just draft off them a little bit, try to get that push, they could try to push themselves back up to the front pack.
Seems we have John Schweikart here in the booth with us. How you doing here, John?
Doing alright. How you guys doing?
Seems like tragic to your short season here as came to an abrupt halt with some bad luck.
Yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It just part of racing. It happens, you know.
You know, we were just talking. We were hoping to see a run like you had last night with the trucks, because that was one heck of a race between you and having Brian Wilderson, your teammate there, helping you right along. But we see Brian Wilderson right now in 5th position, so he's trying to push himself up there as well.
Yeah, I mean our set was really good for the eliminate night, and we're just struggling a little bit in the day, but I think everybody is because of the temperature. After about 10 laps, it just seems like everybody's car is just kind of pushing up the track. So I think everybody out there is just fighting it, and you know, we're just trying to make adjustments, and hopefully these guys can get it figured out there at the end, and you know, a couple of my teammates can get up there and one of them take the victory.
Let's hope so. That outside line didn't seem to be working very well tonight. Am I correct on that?
Oh, it's just difficult because I don't know how the wind is actually blowing across the track, but it feels like it's blowing completely across the track from like the tri-oval across and then directly across the backstretch. So you're really tight as you come out of 2 and going into 3. So it's really weird on how it is. I mean, the top line works, but you really need some fast cars up there.
There's a wind speed of 1 mile per hour going into that direction. Still 1 mile per hour at this speed can affect the crap out of the car.
Well, that or it could also be, you know, the rubber buildup and just that direct sunlight, because, you know, iRacing's made it now where that weather means a whole lot. If that direct sunlight's just barreling down at a certain position, it makes the track a lot hotter in, like, those spots than, you know, others. So, I mean, there's a lot of good factors, but, I mean, it's good racing. It's kind of fun to end at Daytona, getting ready for speed weeks and everything, but just unfortunate to be sitting on the sidelines now, you know.
Right, you know, and as you were saying about, you know, the track heating up like that, and with the wind in their lines, it sounds a lot like Fontana, the same, like, similar conditions when you guys raced Fontana.
Yeah, I mean, the wind just plays so much, so, I mean, it's just trying to fine-tune it, and, you know, I don't think we really knew what the weather was going to be like till right before the practice session, so, and we haven't ran very many laps like that in a, you know, session, so we're just there. I think just everybody out there on the track is trying to adjust as best they can and keep fighting to adjust it. If anybody's out there not adjusting their car, I'd be very, very surprised. I think every pit stop, everybody's just throwing stuff at it, throwing everything in the kitchen sink.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, now that you have your misfortune there, John, it opens up the door for Anthony Titchener and John Cottle to step into the championship spot. So, from the looks of it, Anthony Titchener has more advantage. He's riding up closer to the front, and John Cottle seems like he's drifting back.
Yeah, I mean, it's Daytona. Anything can happen, obviously. And, I mean, it's no fault of anybody's. Accidents happen. So, I know the 35 hit the line, and it happens. We do have a drop race, so really it's just wait and see. And there's still a lot of racing left, so anything can happen. If I don't win it, then it's whoever. It was for a good cause and a lot of fun and raise awareness. So all in all, I mean, as much as anybody would love to win it, it's been a lot of fun. And thank Luis and everybody for putting this on, and all the drivers that have joined. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, most definitely has been, and it's been a pleasure watching you guys race these races. Trying your hardest to push out, those top lines and those top wins.
I know you guys are both ECR members, and I'm pretty sure almost everybody in this race is. So, this is a really good tool for us going forward as kind of a test session with the weather it is. So, we know going into speed weeks with the ECR League and the Daytona 500 that we're going to be running, what we're up against, how the track changes. So, I know that this is one specific race, but man, it was a great learning tool. Any track time in a situation like this with other competitors, especially ones you're going to be racing all year, man, it's very, very valuable.
Exactly, especially with only 2 weeks left to go before you guys start the actual season. And this is probably going to be roughly the same settings for that race.
Yeah, I would imagine, if they're not exactly the same, they're going to be really, really close. So, I'm just excited. I can't wait for the season to get started.
Us either. I'm looking forward to watching you guys and broadcasting the truck season, and it's gonna be really good. You guys seem to be working together a lot better than you were about a month ago. As far as the rookies coming in, and but even the rookies, some of them, it's just a learning curve. You guys learn real quickly how to run with each other, and it looks like the 31 is pushing up in the first place.
Yeah, on that note, I think some of the people didn't, when we have those races where they're just green flag runs and a lot of pressure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nelson Riviera got into the wall.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
He kept it going, but that's going to really hurt his car. He got into it very well. Looks like his right front got damaged.
That's such a sensitive spot, the front fenders are just huge at a track like this.
It looks like he's trying to get that draft off the 6, though. Oh, the 6 is pulling down behind him, down away from him. Yeah, he's slowing right down.
Oh, Anthony Tishner gets into the wall as well. That tire wear is getting the best of these guys right now, and he goes in the wall. He slaps it really good. Colin Fern is in the wall right behind him. He's still in the wall on the back straightaway.
These guys might need to take an emergency pit stop. Something happened there. On my end, it was a little bit of a hang-up. It looked like the 74 got up in, and I don't know if that was just iRacing itself or what happened. You got Douglas Hess in the 31 leading with Luis Almazo right behind him. It's only about a little less than a 0.1 of a second.
At this stage of the race, green flag run this many laps, they really need to start focusing on doing single file just to save their own race. But then again, the racer will come out of everybody and they won't get up to the front.
When I was out there, I was noticing that going into 1 and 3, you actually had to back off going into the turn just a little bit, almost come back to half throttle, and then you can put it back down and kind of get that run off. But when you were 10, 15 laps in, you really had to start playing with that throttle going in these turns. You couldn't just keep it wide open anymore.
You'd probably be pleased to hear that your buddy Michael Kner is moving up to the front.
Yep, I'm sitting here watching him and Ken Worley. Ken's one of them guys that just sneaks right on up there, and I love watching him race. And Michael Kenner, that would be touching if he won this thing.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like Brian Wilderson got a fresh set of tires. Hopefully he gets out of pits before that puts him a lap down, as these guys are coming back on the front stretch here.
Oh, even if he goes in by himself, this is going to be a huge disadvantage for him. Even with the fresh tires, you got to have a dance partner if you want to go into pits under green.
Well, here's what I'm curious about, Josh, is if all these guys are out here just lifting, and he comes out and he's got fresh tires, by himself, is he going to be running the same times as these guys? I mean, I'm questioning that because I don't know.
He was looking at his speed earlier. He was doing 193, 194 by himself. These guys are running about 196 in the corners, which is fairly close. But 197 Michael Kenner, but in the straightaways they're doing 210. So advantage because everybody else will have to pit, but disadvantage if it keeps going green as more people go into pit road.
So basically, then it will be a disadvantage because you still need that draft partner, even if you are lifting.
Yes, even though if you're lifting, you're still in the jet stream.
Even then, though, I mean, that's gonna slow down. You know, even though being in that draft, you know, these guys are letting up a little bit and they're not drafting as much. You know, trying to get away from each other, trying not to get loose. You know, I think that will play a big part right there.
Brian Wilson, it did find a dance partner in Stephen Massey, so he's going to be able to keep his speed up.
Now, you know, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago when ECR had that Daytona practice in the hot weather? You know, the two guys that were fighting for that win was Luis Salmaso and Cottle. And guess who's leading us right now?
Yeah, we had Luis Almaso in the booth just a few moments ago, and he was very pleased how his car was handling, but like everybody else, he was complaining about it getting tight.
He kind of reminds me of like a Tony Stewart. He loves that hot, greasy track. He drives the hell out of it.
And Michael Kenner's moving up to the front. Looks like everybody had to lift right behind him and Luis Almaso, and Luis Almaso is on the bottom preferred line, but looks like Michael Kenner will get some side draft off of him. Caution, flag is out.
See if we can find out what happened.
Joshua Witherspoon and Chuck Harrell.
Oh, Chuck Harrell's smoking real bad. Let's see if I can get a replay of that.
Looks like the 79 of Witherspoon gets into the wall off of 4 and collects Nelson Riviera and Chuck Harrell. But Chuck Harrell got the worst end of it. Nelson would be able to lip it home and get it repaired in the pits.
Nelson's night just went from bad to really bad.
Yeah. From one of the, I would say you're a veteran, John. You're looking at this race, and are you pleased from a league standpoint of how we are handling this race?
I'm not really going to judge it on a league standpoint. What I'm going to judge it on is the experience that these drivers are going to take to the 500. So any of these guys that ran this race that's in that ECR league, it's just a huge learning for how hot this are. So this is going to be a good tool for them when we go to that race to understand what's going to happen after 10 laps, what's going to happen after 20, how the cars react, how they space out. It's really going to settle people down. I mean, that's where the big advantage is going to come.
Now that ECR has a license capped on each series, I'm having to work my way up to the A license to get into 500, and I'll probably be the one that goes in blind, but I'll be able to see everybody tonight, so it might help me a little bit to see how everybody reacts so I can adjust my car to handle this.
Yeah, and absolutely. And you're not going in completely blind because you're out here watching this and you're seeing the struggles that these guys have. And, you're going to be like, whoa. And then when you get out there and you start feeling what you've been seeing, it'll click real, fast compared to just going out there completely blind thinking you can just hold it wide open for 40 laps until the pit stop. That's just not going to happen. And you know what? Right before that caution, Michael Kenner was passing on the outside. That dude's got it hooked up on a long run. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I've noticed and the longer the green flag runs, the faster his car is compared to everybody else. Must have a great balance, so the tires will wear pretty even.
And it looks like the positions have changed just a little bit. You still got Luis Mazo up front.
And some things that we were kicking around before the race was with the temperature being this way, we were kind of tweaking with the unlimited set, which was a night set, and one specifically for day. And that the big variable is where the front end rides between day and night. Night, you're so much faster, a lot more downforce on that front end. Daytime, it's not as much. So we were playing with ride heights, and somebody like Kenner might have that thing just figured out perfect, where his front end stays nice level, where other guys may have it too far up or too far digging down, and that could be the huge advantage that Kenner has figured out over everybody else on that long run.
Seems like it's going to be like that. It's hopefully he can pull off the win, or at least stay in the top three. You know, we've got 46 laps here remaining, and as we look at the top 10 here, we got Luis Almazo in first, Ken Worley in second, Michael Kinner in third, Chris Steele in fourth, Douglas Hess in fifth, John Cottle in sixth, Joey Stats in seventh, Tony DeGennaro in eighth, Matthew Thornhurst in ninth, and Blake Freeman rounding out the top 10.
Is Blake Freeman cleared to run a car, or is he just a Xfinity and truck driver?
I'm not sure. I have to look into that.
I think he might be just Xfinity and Cup. Xfinity and truck.
He is just Xfinity and truck?
I do believe so. I'd have to double check on that, but I do believe he's definitely truck.
Because, Anthony did a lot of recruiting during this offseason. That's one name that I've been racing with here lately. I think he's going to be just a breakout rookie in this league. I really got my eye on him. I'll be watching him close through the season. There's several others too, but man, I'm really watching this guy. He's smooth, he's quick, and he seems to be there at the end. And honestly, it doesn't matter how fast you are. If you can be there at the end, you have a chance. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's all it takes, those last couple laps. If you could find that first or second position, that's all it's going to take. You could run 20th all night. All it takes is that last lap.
Scotty, are you running Xfinity?
I'm not racing.
You gonna fill in and do any races?
Once I get my wheel, which will be coming here in a couple weeks, wheel and pedals, I'm gonna try out for the Xfinity. I'll have to get my B license first, but
I look forward to seeing you out on the track too, bud.
Well, thank you. I've been trying to keep up with you guys running with my controller, and for the most part, I have been. It's just a matter of getting that very, very strict line down and running very smoothly. And I look forward to being able to race with you guys later on this season for Xfinity, if at all possible. Right now I'm in C. I'm gonna come out of C, and pace car is coming in here. We're gonna go back to green flag racing, and it looks like Luis Salmazo and Ken Worley are gonna lead off this pack.
Green flag flies, and looks like Luis Almazo gets a heck of a start. He better jump up to the top line, or he's going to be freight trained.
And that's one thing you don't want to do, is jump so far out there that all of a sudden here comes the pack and they just blow past you.
And Ken Worley decides to drop down to the bottom and push him.
Noticed last night, John, you and Brian Wilderson were jumping ahead a little bit. But you guys managed to stay up front. But it's just that initial first push.
On a restart, yeah. It's hard to get away. since they did this new draft model, we used to do tandem, and then you could really like gap and pull out on people. But now, I mean, you can pull just a little bit, a few lengths, but then that pack just reels you right back in so fast, and they can just shoot around and almost just blow past you like the old slingshot move from the 70s.
Oh, and it looks like a couple of these guys are getting high up on the wall here as we've got 43 laps to go. They don't want to do that too much. I mean, I know most of them probably have fresh tires, but even then, as soon as they hit that wall, they're going to slow right down.
Some people, I've caught myself doing it too, they want to get the side draft off of anything, including the wall. And you got to be careful doing it on the wall. Just might as well just wait until later in the race where beside somebody else, because the wall don't give.
It may be moving, but it definitely does not give. It's one of those optical illusions.
And Kenner jumps up to the top line above Douglas Hess, or right in front of Douglas Hess, and looks like he's going to make a run for the front. Ooh, Douglas wiggles a little bit behind him, and he has to separate him from Kenner.
See, Kenner ran toward the back of that unlimited race, and I think he don't want to run in the back anymore. He wants to get up there in the front and show what he's made of.
Oh, that boy's hungry. Starving for that W.
Well, there's still quite a bit of race here with 42 laps remaining. Going to be 41 laps remaining. So he could be leading these laps here in the next 10-20 laps.
Oh yeah, it looks like Michael Kenner just might edge. Nope. He's going to just drift a little bit back here, right beside Ken Worley.
I think Chuck Harrell pulled away from him too quick, causing him to lose his draft just that quick second.
There's another car that's been hanging around the front all night, the 92, Chris Steele. He's been around that front all night long consecutively.
Oh, big crash in the back. 21, Brian Wilderson gets involved. Oh, Anthony Thitchner gets involved by Colin Fern coming back on the track. Oh.
Alright, let's see if we can get the replay of that.
Probably might need to zero in on Brian Wilderson. Colin Fern looks like he's a modified, or yeah, get on Colin Fern. Looks like they were running 3 wide there for just a brief moment. Looks like Nelson Riviere and Colin Fern was trying to draft off the same person, and they just did not agree with each other. Ooh, the 22 of Tony bumped Colin Fern up into Nelson, and that's what happened.
Oh man, that was one heck of a crash. 77, I think, is done for the night. He took a beating on that.
Very unfortunate for Nelson Riviera and Brian Wilson. They was wanting to get up to the front, and Anthony Thitchner, I don't know how much damage he got, but looks like he got hit pretty good.
Was that a little bit of netcode? That looked like just a touch of it.
Yeah, from the looks of it, it was netcode.
The 22 got close, but it just spun the 77 around so fast. I mean, it looked like a little bit of netcode, just a little bit.
Yeah, he went through him just for a split second. And it looks like Anthony Thitchner pulled into the pits with the rest of them. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue or how much damage he's got.
Is this car yawed a little bit?
It looks like it might be. I'm going to pull him down real quick.
User was moved to your channel.
Anthony Thitchner, welcome to the broadcast booth. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right now. We're going to sit here and repair 4 minutes of repair optional here. 53 all over the track there. I don't know what happened there. I know I'm not going to say he was at fault, but definitely wasn't holding his line, and we got into him a little bit there on that. We'll try to prepare this, man. We got, less than 40 laps to go here. Plenty of time. There's going to be plenty of caution. So we'll do everything we can to try to repair everything we can on this car and get it back to front. Definitely feel like we got a winning car here tonight in the Haters Make Us Famous race in 87 Jim Beam.
All right. How's the track feeling for you here tonight?
Well, the track is slick. Cars are pushing. So it is definitely challenging. Trying to get everybody on the same page here, trying to get everybody to hold their line. Cars are pushing. There's different guys who are tight, different guys who are loose, guys switching lanes. So we're just trying to do everything we can. There's a little bit of checking up going into entry here. I know I myself have been a little bit loose on entry. So it's been interesting, man. And all we're going to try to do is here make it to the end. I'm just trying to repair everything I can, give my guys enough time during pit stalls to take care of the fenders. We're trying to fix them up a little bit here. I got 3 minutes of repair left. We just pulled out of the pits. It's going to be interesting here, but I do know this. There's been a couple cautions, and we're not done yet. These guys are starting to get more aggressive, and I think that the strategy is going to be to hang out in the back here, not get involved in these cautions, and maybe be there at the end for I'm hoping for a top 10 here, Scott. That's all I'm hoping for here, man.
Well, all right, Anthony. Well, good luck to you, John. You got any words for him or Josh?
Yeah, I do. So, Anthony, let me ask you this. This is going to be very, very similar to what we're probably going to run in the Daytona 500, unless it's a freak accident, it rains, we go tonight. But would you feel this as a very huge learning curve, not just for yourself, but for everybody in here that is going to be running ECR, that we can apply to make it an even better show for the Daytona 500?
I had guys talking in my ear there. I think I got part of what you're saying, and all I can say is this, man. There is 95% drivers here in ECR. 95% of these guys are ECR. You put on a show. I do feel like the Unlimited and the ECR duels are night races. The Daytona 500 is a day race, so a lot of these guys are unprepared for daytime races. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I feel like our day setup is a lot better than our night setup. And I feel like all the Haters Make Us Famous drivers here tonight, which is pretty much me and Steven Massey, we're happy with what we got here. We've been able to go forward and do whatever we want here. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to luck, man. At the end of the day, it's just luck. You got to be in the right place at the right time. I feel like there's going to be some cautions here, so we're just going to try to keep it out of trouble and finish the race. There's a drop race, IRACE4AWARENESS. I appreciate everything Luis is doing here tonight. I've enjoyed this. This has been a hell of a series here, and we're looking forward to the 2016 season, guys. I hope everybody here is enjoying the race, and hopefully we put on a good show here at 1 Degree.
Well, personally, I hope you don't bring that 87 car back to the 500, because your short run speed looks phenomenal, and I didn't get a chance to run with you long run, but I don't want to find out because you guys look pretty damn fast. So good luck to you, man.
Thank you, John. I know you guys are the ones to beat here, man. At least at the night setups, we saw you guys at night. We got together and we're like, hey, we got to beat that John Schweikart #1. So you are the man to beat. We know that. You're not here tonight. You had some bad luck, and it happens, man. Daytona, you just got to stay in it. Hopefully you last through it. Nobody can be mad if they're involved in caution. And we're going to keep our heads up, man. It's a long season, 36 weeks. So this practice is just another practice, and we're taking this as a Daytona practice. And I'm going to tell you what, man, we got some good cars. So there's a lot of great competition out here, like I said. And we're just trying to have fun with it, man. Hopefully everybody enjoys this shit, and good go.
Well, I got some good company I get to hang out with, so I'll be sitting here having a beer enjoying it. Good luck to you, man.
Thanks, guys. I hope you all enjoy the show.
All right, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Yeah, and pace car gets ready to move off, and we're about to go back green flag racing.
And we're gonna have 36 laps here, folks. Wonder if we can get another good 20 in before a caution. These guys pretty much all change tires and get these cars moving.
Michael Kenner got a real slow start, and he got a shot from the back from Blake Freeman, so hopefully that did not hurt Blake's front end too much.
Let's hope not. It looks like John Cottle's in second with number 31 right beside him in third.
Oh, 31 is outside all by himself. Looks like he's going to be hung out to dry.
He needs to find a way to get back into that draft, or else he's just going to lose it. He's going to end up being in 10th.
Yeah, no one is jumping up to help him.
And he's been running really good here tonight too. That's unfortunate that no one's gonna. Oh, looks like somebody might try to help him.
Here comes help. Tony Gennaro and Michael Kenner jumps up to the top, and we'll see if they can get that high line rolling again.
I don't know if that high line's gonna work anymore with this track being the way it is, how slick it is. You know, these guys are trying to keep to the low line. It looks like.
You're going to have to go up top to beat Luis. I mean, that's just plain and simple. That guy's got it figured out. He's got a fast car.
And it looks like John Cottle is going to try. Oh, he was going to try to go on the outside, but he might wait till the back stretch here.
Hopefully John Cottle is smarter than that. He needs help. He needs someone else to pass this 88 car, because not a whole lot of people has been able to get around Luis tonight. And Luis has a lot of heavy horses underneath that motor or hood.
Well, and Cottle, he's sitting second in the points right now. And with myself being out and Anthony having troubles, I mean, you're in the catbird seat for this win. And, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be pushing it. I'd just be big picture, 34 laps. It's a lot of racing left. There's no sense of pushing the issue.
No, not at all. If the 31 could get back up here, then maybe John Cottle could have a running mate and get around Luis.
Yeah, but you know it's only a matter of time before that 74 just comes freight training on the outside. That's there, buddy.
Oh yeah, and he's catching right up to the 31. 31's gaining a little here on Blake Freeman. Looks like Blake Freeman's stove up just a little bit on the front, not enough to slow him down though.
Oh, Anthony Titchener is back in the wall again, and he's just having a hard time right now keeping that car under control. And I believe he's just going to lose the lead draft right there.
Maybe he should just pull it on in and go visit the sponsorship tent and have a drink with them.
Yeah, he's dropping fast. You know, 1.5, 1.6. He's just losing it. Even with Ken Ron up here in the 03, he's just pulling back further and further.
Yeah, the damage that he has is just working like a parachute on this track. So, best bet is just to go in and just repair the damage and just come back out and have TV time. But who knows, he might get a caution, he'll be able to get it fixed and come back out and be competitive. You just never know with these racing.
I just can't tell you guys how valuable that track time is heading into that 500 to have this scenario and to feel what the car's like. It's going to be so valuable, you know.
It looks like it's going to play out that way, and we got coming into 30 laps remaining. And John Cottle is now in first. He did manage to pass Luis Salmazo.
Yeah, he saw that outside line coming. He jumped onto the outside and took advantage of it. And looks like Douglas Hess is going to drive right by him on the outside. So the outside's coming in and the later going.
Yeah, these guys are also starting the outside line, starting to hold down that bottom line a little bit more and more. So you can definitely tell the excitement is getting ready to turn up. And these guys just, there's no more give. It's all take.
You know, we've only got 10 cars in this pack right here. A lot less than what we were seeing earlier in this race. And we got, you know, we're coming on 29 laps to go. This is definitely a long race for these guys, and they're pushing their cars really hard tonight.
Could have 5 cars once that excitement gets ramped up. They start leaning on each other. It's insane.
Yeah, I was going to say, 10 cars can wreck each other out as easy as 20 cars can.
Oh, that would not be a good sight to see. And it looks like Matthew Thornhurst is back up in 5th here. We haven't seen him up in 5th for a few laps now, trying to get that push on the 74.
He had a little issue earlier and fell back, but looks like he's regrouped pretty well.
Look at Michael Kenner pushing Douglas Hess up to the top spot. Looks like he's not going to be able to clear John Cottle in the straightaway, but he might do it later on down the track. No, John Cottle shows a little bit more muscle by himself and regains the top spot.
You know, all in all, I would think that bottom line would be faster than the top line because you're taking the corner a lot wider. But it seems to be, you know, as long as you're drafting with somebody, it seems to be pretty even here.
And driving the bottom line there, Scott, you have a lot of things to consider. You have the apron to your left, car to your right, and your car is pushing, so you don't want to get on the apron, and you sure enough don't want to get into your competitor right beside you. So there's a lot more going in the minds of the guys on bottom than they are up top.
Well, and when you're on the bottom, you know, think about this too. You also got a little bit more wheel into it because you don't want to slide up the track. When you're up on that outside, you have a little bit less wheel, so it's almost a little bit smoother, so you can actually not scrub off as much speed.
Right, yeah, because you're pushing and you're also, you know, wearing those tires a little bit more. Myself, racing right now, well, not here, but racing in general on iRacing, I prefer the bottom line. It's just where I feel more comfortable. I feel on the outside that it's just not enough.
Looks like Douglas Hess jumped down the bottom in front of John Cottle, and looks like them two are going to push each other on away from this field just a little bit. They're going to drag Luis Almaso with them. Looks like we have Anthony Tishner right ahead of him. He's going to move up high, and hopefully there's no trouble here. Anthony Tishner goes a lap down.
He was running really good here tonight too. That's he just can't get the pack. You know, unless these guys go through another caution, I don't think he's going to catch up with 26 laps, almost 20, going to be 25 laps remaining.
His car is pretty hurt. I mean, it would take a miracle to get that thing back to keeping the pack. So it's just one of them unfortunate situations, you know.
Luis Almaso makes a run up to the top, and Michael Kenner goes with him, and they might make a hard charge toward the front.
You mean something like a 15-car pile-up, maybe?
Yeah.
From the looks of it, Kenner's having a hard time sucking up to the guy in front of him. He might have a little front end deal or something going on with that car. He just cannot get up close to the guy in front of him.
You see Michael Kenner is now on the outside by himself. Hopefully he can get behind the 92. Oh, number 15 came up. Not 15, 35, sorry.
If it stays green to the end, you're going to have severe tire wear, and it's really going to come down to setup.
And I'm still not counting Kenner out. He showed some great muscle in the late going, and he's probably just saving his tires right now and just buying his time.
You know, you got Douglas Hess and John Cottle up here pushing each other. Luis Almazo is trying to catch up to John Cottle. You know, John Cottle slowing down just a hair.
And Michael Kenner by himself passed 2 cars on the straightaway, so that just shows you he's got some muscle and the advantage of the side draft. Joey Stats went up to help him, but Michael Kenner decided, said, nope, I'm going to take this position from you.
I'm pretty sure, guys, that Douglas Hess is a one-man band when it comes to racing, so kudos to him for leading this pack and showing some strength up there.
You know, we've seen a lot of change here from the beginning of the race now with going to be 22 laps left, and it's really anybody's game, you know, especially between the top three right now.
Let's say you're in the back of this pack here, John, and you see a couple guys go up to the top down. Do you follow them, or do you stay in line?
Hell, I go for it. I mean, when you're out on the track, believe it or not, you're a little bit more calm, but you're thinking, you're moving. When you're sitting here watching, I mean, it's exciting.
And in just 2 laps, Michael Kenner went from 12th, and he's sitting right here in 5th, about to be in 4th. And he is moving up slowly but surely. He's able to keep it on the bottom.
That car's fast. That car on the long run is fast.
Look at him just come right up to Luis Tomaso, and he might be pushing Luis out into the front right now.
If he wasn't driving a Ford, I'd think that Dale Sr. taught him the tricks.
Of course, you had to go there, but he is right on Luis Tomaso, and he's going to be on the outside here behind the 31. Oh no, he's swapping down low. Okay.
This tires where I'll be probably looking for someone up on the top line, because I really don't like letting off as much as these guys, and I'd like to save my tires.
I'll tell you this, guys, if we run the Daytona 500 tomorrow, you're looking at your favorite 74 and 88. Those are the 2 fastest cars heading into 500 as of right now.
I will not argue with you on that.
Definitely same here. Real good competition with them. And you know, and the 07 and 31 up here because of all the drafting, but by themselves, the 88 and 74 are super fast. They've got a really good setup going on, a very good long run setup. And hopefully they keep it, or they may tweak it a little bit, but let's hope not, because it's really played a factor here tonight.
You got 2 drivers that are going to be pleased with their race for Daytona. You got 38 other guys that are going to be like, go back to the drawing board.
You got 74 pushing John Cottle up to the front right here, and John Cottle goes up to the top line, cutting off Douglas Hess to get some of that draft. He wants to lead. And that he is going past John Cottle for the lead. Look at Michael Kenner go. And he takes the lead.
So who just told him that we're coming down to the end of the race? Because he just came out. He was what, 10th, 11th, about 2-3 laps ago?
Yeah, roughly, give or take. And now look at him, he's first, and he's pulling away a little bit.
This is a time where guys really start pushing and they start backing off. He must be able to keep that thing hammered down. That's impressive.
Oh, Douglas Hess leaves Michael Kenner up on top by himself again. Oh, he about done it, but he wisely went back to the top.
That was extremely close. That could have been really bad for the rest of that pack, considering how close they were together.
Now that moment right there would make me wish I was watching his in-car view, or his broadcast.
I could only imagine what he's saying right now.
Looks like Luis Almaso and Douglas Hess are up top, or up in front very comfortably.
But Kenner got up there in no time, so he'll come right back through there, I assure you guys.
Oh yeah, from the looks of it, he's got some help back there with Blake Freeman. Oh, and Cottle and Luis Almaso goes up to the top, right in front of Kenner. Luis Almaso looks like he wants to lead back. Oh, Kenner makes it 3 wide with Cottle and Steele. Oh, it's crunch time, boys. They're wanting to lead. Oh, big crash. Got John Cottle involved. Oh.
Looks like John Cottle and Chris Steele and Brian Wilderson.
Man, it is not good. A point contender. All the top contenders are wrecking out of this race. What's going on?
Oh, it wasn't Brian Wilson. It was Blake Freeman. Sorry about that.
Man, that was intense.
We're going to have to pull Cottle down here because I got to hear this conversation.
Oh, I got some things to ask him too.
User was moved to your channel.
Welcome to the broadcast booth, John Cottle. How are you doing?
I was doing good about, I don't know, 45 seconds ago.
Yeah, what happened there?
I have no idea. I'm going back and looking at the replay right now. I'm not going to say anything because I'm probably going to say something to piss somebody off.
Yeah, let's don't do that right now.
Yeah.
But caught on hindsight, this was a hell of a learning tool heading into 500, which, obviously you want to win any race you go into, but heading for a championship and possibly winning a Daytona 500 and ECR, that's huge. So you got to at least be proud of how you're running in your setup tonight, right?
Oh, yeah, that setup was definitely good. I mean, everybody did hard work on that, and, I mean, that car was fast. I just hate it got tore up in the end right there because, honestly, I was just going out there trying to be safe, and I got tight one corner. We went 3 wide, and all of a sudden, next thing I know, we're going down the front stretch, and it looks like somebody got loose, pulled down on somebody, and when there was no need, but I don't know. But I love that car. That car was running good. But I'm scratching my neck right now.
Well, Cottle, you were set up in position to win that IRACE4AWARENESS points, running up there in top 5 with your 2 other contenders having misfortune. Now it's just time to pack up the bags and move on and get ready for ECR. You got any thoughts about this 4-race awareness that we had? A lot of fun.
Oh, it was so much fun. I loved racing against you, Colin, Anthony, everybody else, and Ken. That was close on points, man. I think Ken's got in the bag now, though.
Where's Ken at on the track?
I don't know. Did he get collected in that?
I thought he got collected earlier.
If he didn't, Anthony might have won it.
Anthony got junked in that race, in that one wreck.
Oh no, he's 1 lap down.
It looks like Ken's in 6th right now.
Ooh,
Yep.
this is gonna come down to the absolute checker, didn't it?
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, if you don't mind, can I stay in here with y'all?
Sure, I don't mind. Josh, do you mind?
I don't mind at all, man. More the merrier. Yeah, from the looks of it on that caution, looks like Matt Thornhorst moved up onto Blake Freeman, and he lost it, got into Steele, then Steele got into you, John. Caught him.
Oh yeah, I could probably give a little bit more room though, looking at it again. But I was trying to not lose too much position and go to the back because it was, it was getting late race and it was getting go time.
Well, here's what's up. We all knew that Michael Kenner had a really fast long run, and we know that the 88 is really fast. I would say Kenner is the fastest car after 15 laps. I would say Luis Salmaso is the fastest car to 15 laps. The 2 of them cars, hands down, are the fastest cars. We have, 13 to go?
Yeah, it's going to be 13 to go.
Luis, hands down, was super fast short run, especially when I got up there behind him. But when I got to the long run there a second ago, I noticed that Kenner was way faster. So I think advantage goes to Luis right now.
Michael Kenner, realizing that there's only 9 cars on the lead lap, he's opted to go into pits and get new tires again.
And take that tape to 80. And tell the boys to take the chip off. We're going for it.
Oh yeah, he wasn't running 80% tape.
Probably good to bring him down here, see what he's thinking these last few laps.
Hey, wake up. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
And I'd like to welcome Mike Kinner and Anthony Thetchner into the broadcast booth with us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good.
Hey guys, thanks. Appreciate it. How y'all doing?
Good. Just watching this exciting race as we coming around to 12 laps remaining. Mike Kinner, you've been having one heck of a run here tonight as well. What happened? Did you you looks like you just fell short of the draft a little bit.
Earlier, yeah, I just I got a little bit of damage. Made some contact. I was trying to side draft and stuff like that. A little bit of contact. I had a little bit of damage. Only a couple seconds, but I don't know. I think we're going to be all right. I got it all fixed. I got some tires on. I got to start back here. I think hopefully we'll be all right. I think so. But it's been a blast up there racing with them guys. I'm telling you.
I got a question for you, Kenner. Your car looks like it is hooked up after, I don't know, a good 10, 15 laps really fast. If you wasn't driving a Ford, I would say Dale Sr. taught you some tricks because you went from about 12th, 13th to 2nd, was getting ready to take the lead.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
I think it's my wheel, my steering wheel that I'm using at home. It has nothing to do with the setup at all. It's my wheel.
Your wheel's got a bow tie on it, don't
and my
it?
socks. I think my socks got something to do with it too. iRacing
I would
socks.
say it has something to do with that little good luck charm you got on that car.
You got that right. I'm hoping to put her up there too, buddy.
Either way, she's smiling. Papa, you racing hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy, I appreciate that too. That's this is something real special for me, and I mean, I want to thank Luis and everybody involved that's been involved in everything. It's been really great, and hopefully we can put her there.
Let's hope so, Mike.
I got one suggestion for you, Kenner. Don't touch that apron in turn 2, and maybe you'll have a really good, solid finish.
All right, 10-4, guys. Have fun. It's gonna be fun up there, I'm sure. Have fun. It'll be fun here.
All right, these guys are about to go green.
User was moved out of your channel.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
How in the hell do you
want
guys
to.
watch this stuff? This is just exciting. I mean, I'm down there. I don't even realize how exciting this is.
We're back to green flag racing.
I still think Louise is going to get this.
I'm gonna take the 8 car.
What was
Oh,
this?
another wreck,
What?
another wreck.
Jay Adair just got hit from behind.
I got the 88.
I got anybody
Wow.
that wasn't collected in that.
Jay Adair, man. It all started with him getting up under Ken Worley there, lost speed. Something happened. I don't know if y'all can catch that on that replay there.
Who Kyle bushed it on the outside?
The 69 of Blake Freeman.
Blake
Man.
Freeman, 100% speed here.
What's a good view is if you watch Michael Kenner's in-car view and watch this wreck play out and how he averted it. He just barely got through that.
Ken Worley's still running 4th.
Yeah, he's still there. He's in 4th place right now. Whoa, who is that guy right there that just came up full speed?
The 69.
Ooh. He's gonna get skinned alive. 69 will be going to the trailer after this race, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was a tough break. I'm sorry I could not find that on the replay. It only allows me to go back 60 seconds, and it glitched. So, fortunately, hopefully you guys saw that in the live stream itself. And looks like the number 6 and the number 8 are pushing on that bottom line with Luis Lamazzo on the outside.
Wait a minute, there was no caution?
No, there's no caution.
Oh, man.
You know, that's an unfortunate way to restart with 10 laps to go. Kenner's race got ruined there. A couple other guys' race got ruined. Now it's just down to these guys. That's unfortunate.
You know, and these guys really haven't been up front. I mean, the number 6 has, but number 8's been in the top 10. I mean, you know, this would be a big win for him if he was going to manage to pull it off. But still, Luis Almazo has a very, very fast car here tonight.
There it goes.
What is the 8 doing? He's not going to be able to do that by himself.
And he lost it. It looks like Luis Almazo is in first just by a nose.
And right behind him is Ken Worley, who we were just talking about earlier.
And Ken's pushing him on that outside line. And I don't know if Luis is going to drop down low. I know it's going to be too early for him to drop. He might try it on this backstretch.
I don't think Ken's keeping up with the points. Now, right now, I don't think Ken really cares. He's probably seeing checkers in his eyes right now.
I think he just looks at that 88 bumper, and that's all he's focused on.
I think he's just happy to be up here running with going into 6 laps remaining here.
And newcomer Tony DeGeneiro, he's trying to hang on there for 5th. That'd be a really good finish for him.
He seems to have some. Yeah, he seems to have some damage in 2-lap cars that go up top.
I know the 88's trying to work with the 99, but I think I would let him hang.
I think with going into 5 laps here as they come into corner number 3, that 99's going to push 88 and then try to take advantage of that.
I don't think so. I think that 99 will push that 88 as long as possible.
They're going around Joey Stats. Joey Stats just goes straight to the high line, gives them room.
You know, and that would be a great win for Luis here tonight. He's been running hard this entire series, and all these guys have been actually, you know, and this is all for a great cause. And you know, unfortunately for Michael Kinner, you know, that's he's just going to be left in the back a little bit. And we've only got 4 cars here just in this pack with 5 laps going into 4 laps remaining. You know, what do you guys think is going to happen here?
I'd say we probably ended up just like this. These 4 cars battle for the win.
Yeah, that's what I'm predicting right now. Side by side.
We got Jay Adair. He was in 8th place. He just went a lap down, and unfortunate for him, he had a nice car starting 2nd today. Passing Ken Ron on the outside. Luis also edges out in first with Ken Worley drifting back a little bit. It seems like he can't stay on the back bumper of Luis.
Now Luis is just got a really fast car here tonight. It might come down to one of them pause funnel finishes to see who actually takes the pole.
I think Luis is trying to pull Ken past him, but man, I don't know. Where's the point where you just say, I got to go for it, you know?
Now.
Ken would understand.
You know, with 3 laps remaining here, it's you know, it's do or die, basically. You know, you either want to push it or you're just going to fall back behind.
Oh, these closing laps, you're going to need all the help you can get. He needs to just stay up there, and hopefully Ken can hang on to him. Like right there, they're about to
They
get
might
clear.
clear him.
Oh, the 8 car moves up to the top. Single file now, single file.
Oh man, 2 laps remaining here. This is going to be really, really good. And it looks like the number 8 fell behind just a bit.
Let's play a game of peekaboo.
You know, we might see an old-fashioned game of slingshot here.
I don't know if Ken's going to try or if he's just going to stick it out and take second place. I mean, Luis really has a faster car than him, but, you know, that slingshot might work out. I honestly don't know. We have white flag here, ladies and gentlemen. White flag.
If I'm Ken, I'm gonna back off of Luis just a little bit, about 3/4 down the backstretch, pull out that high side going into 3, and just try and.
I can't do that. Here
somebody
goes
pass
Matthew
that goes with me.
Thornhorse. Matthew Thornhorse in the 8 car and the 6 is moving on the bottom.
Ooh, they backed it up.
Oh!
Keep it together, come on.
Kim would have got into the Chris Steele, and he's probably going to lose it. And I don't think they're going to get to Luis Almas, so it looks like he's going to win this race.
Looks like the 88. Oh, it looks like the 88 followed by the number 6, followed by the number 8, followed by the number 99.
Well, that was some good racing.
Definitely, that was really good racing for these guys for 100 laps.
That's really cool that Luis won it. You know, he was fast through all those races, so really good to see him get a good win.
Very. Let's go ahead and pull the top 3 down here real quick. Stephen Massey is going to be first.
User was moved to your channel.
Stephen Massey, welcome to the broadcast booth. How are you doing, sir?
Doing alright, how about you?
Pretty good. Congratulations on 3rd place here. You were running really hot with the number 6 these last 10 laps here.
Yeah, it's kind of just who was in front of me. Nothing against 6 or anyone, but yeah, I mean, if anybody that would have been in front of me right there, being that close to the front, I mean, they would have got the same push.
All right.
Yeah, I seen you earlier there, Steven. You were hanging out in the back. Was that just strategy, or is that just how the hand you was dealt?
No, that was definitely strategy. I didn't want to be up there racing at all until the very end.
Good call. Look at Schweikart and Cottle.
Yeah, I know, man. That's what I was seeing. I was seeing people go, and I thought I was about ahead when that wreck happened with 30 to go, but I got lucky.
Well, Steven, I didn't get to finish out that race, but you got any good secrets you're willing to pass on for the 500 since we're probably going to have very similar weather, or are you keeping them all to yourself?
Stay in the back till the very end. That's the only thing I could tell you. Stay away from John Schweikart. No.
Well, good finish, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll bring you back up and pull Matthew Thunhurst down to the room.
Thank you, guys.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Matthew, welcome to the broadcast booth. How are you doing for the 2nd place finish here tonight?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Congratulations on getting 2nd place here tonight.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, someone was whispering in my ear.
It's all good.
Matthew, we saw that textbook move. Back off, get a little space, make that 8 push you, and you guys were able to get past 99. Did you think you had a shot at Luis, or did you, once you got there, the run just kind of fizzled out?
We had the run. It was just the lap car kind of played a factor, and I guess at that point Luis Conn saw us coming, and he was able to stop us. But I mean, me and Steven were fighting good. I'd kept adjusting. The setup was tight all race. Finally got to where I wanted it there at the end, but Steven, I guess, didn't make the same adjustment, so he's a bit too tight to hang with me. But I mean, we're still holding pretty well. I mean, Luis kind of looked like he was strong all race lead, and then Ken just kind of showed up, and those two together were just absolutely monstrous. So just the fact we were able to hang with them when they kind of had the better line on fresher tires was pretty nice in my opinion. So.
All right, congratulations to you. You guys are running hard together, and very good finish between you and number 8.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, we're going to put you back up and bring Louise down here.
Let's bring the release. I'm looking forward to hearing this one.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Luis Salmazo, welcome to the broadcast booth, and congratulations on this big win here tonight.
Thanks, bud. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It was a well-earned, well-deserved victory, Luis. Congratulations. I know you've been looking forward to winning one of these races since you started this.
Well, been trying to at least get the consistency that I had during practice and qualifying. Been qualifying well, been practicing well, and got bad luck during the races, and I was just waiting for one of those things to come together, and hopefully, and we were talking before, I said hopefully we'll only join the broadcast later, and today it happened. So really good. We had a really good car all race long. It got tight a little bit. We needed to adjust a couple of times, and at the end we were just playing strategy, seeing what we can do. We knew we had a pretty good car on the outside, and we're trying to get as much side draft as we could. I need to get a big shout out to Ken Worley, who pushed me to that final lap. And the moment that we cleared them, we were just waiting. We knew that a move was going to come, and we said, let's protect the outside because it's easier for us to drop down than to drop up. So the moment that we saw that they started to come, he came on the radio and said, go. So I dropped just to block the line.
Luis Salmaso, congrats on that victory, brother. I was pumped for you, man.
Hell yeah. All the hard work's paying off.
Hell yeah. So there at the end of last season, you were the first guy I came to and said, Luis, I want you to drive for me. And you said, sure. This has got to be a lot of momentum heading into this year. How excited are you getting ready to run the Daytona 500, knowing that you are one of the fastest guys in day weather, along with Mr. Kenner, knowing that you have probably one of the best shots to win that 500 as of right now? How's that feel?
Well, we talked I think was a week after our last race last year, and we set this thing up. We set this operation, put everything in motion, and you follow along everything we've been doing during the off season, trying to get more consistent, trying to get faster, trying to drive with top end guys, just to get that, try to get used to how it is to drive on the edge all the time. And we've been talking over the past couple of weeks of trying to get the more comfortable feel to everything. And super speedway is sometimes it's a lot of guys think, oh, super speedway, I can dominate, I can drive it. I just feel comfortable, and we've been working pretty hard. We had a pretty good unlimited race, everybody that contributed to this setup, and we were doing pretty well, everybody, up until the caution started. So we knew this was going to happen because it was a day race. Cars were starting to tighten up. And a lot of the guys, we knew they were not going to get ready to that thing because they were running only night races. So we took our time. We knew that one of the reasons why I wanted to qualify up front, and luckily I did, and just to stay out of the trouble. And hopefully hoping that's what was going to get me over the hump, and it did. At the end, I was in front of all the accidents. Everything was happening behind me. I kept my nose clean. No problems, didn't hit the wall once. I think I finished with 0 incidents, which is amazing for a super speedway. So at the end, just had the car, had the engine, had the right strategy, had the draft partner the moment that I needed, and just put everything together. It's really glad. It's really good when something like this happens.
How confident are you heading in the 500 for ECR right now?
Well, I don't want to. I'm not going to be humble about it and saying that, oh no, we have a bunch of guys that can win, because we do. But some of these guys better bring it, because I think we have some pretty good stuff underneath the hood of these cars. So back in the shop, especially our team, our engineers, everybody that's been working on the Spartan program. Big shout out to them. And now I can tell Ginger, our crew chief back at the shop, that finally I brought a car from these races in one piece with a trophy.
Well, thanks, Luis, for putting this on just for me. I want to thank Scott and Josh for letting me hang out here, and it's been a lot of fun. And I'll meet you somewhere here in a few minutes, and we'll go celebrate. And hopefully, Ginger's happy and not mad for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Well, thank you guys for joining me in the booth. Congratulations again, Louise, for broadcasting. And that is it, guys. That was the IRACE4AWARENESS tournament, finishing out with Daytona. And these guys will be starting the ECR league in about 2 weeks. And they'll be starting off on the 22nd. And hopefully we see you guys there. And you'll see me with Josh Sheets here in the broadcast booth running the trucks. So thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the race. It was a really good race tonight, and again, a big thanks to Louise for hosting this, and this was all for a really good cause, and have a great night.
Yeah, thanks again, guys, for putting this together and for the broadcast. Awesome job, all 4 races. Thanks again so much.
You're very welcome.